Merci, cher kameraden, and that's all in French. I'm very happy and very grateful for the organizers because the invitation to be here and have this opportunity to discuss with all of you, and particularly because there are so many things in common between Brazil and Africa, and not only culturally, as many times we used to consider, but also politically, because our common situation of developing countries as classified by the World Bank. But anyway, countries with a lot of dreams and needs and struggles together. The ending of the first phase of the neoliberal adjustment imposed by the agents of the Washington Consensus contributed to the elections of several left and center-left presidential candidates in Latin America at the end of the 90s and at the beginning of the new century. Before the election of Hugo Chavez in 1998 in Venezuela, only Cuba and Chile were ruled by left and center-left parties. Between 1998 and 2009, 10 other South and Central American countries, out of 20, changed governments from the right to the left. Even in complex situations like Colombia, a mayor from the left was elected for the first time in Bogota in 2003, and in Mexico, the PRD came close to the presidency in 2006, only losing because an electoral fraud. Some conservative analysts try to divide the group of new rulers between moderate and hard leftists, like as we have by one side some left meat eaters, and the other side some left vegetarians. This is rubbish, as none of them represented any communist or Marxist-Leninist party, albeit in many cases operating in alliances with such parties, normally small ones in Latin America. What happened was that in all cases the new parties in government tried to find alternatives to neoliberalism and to promote economic changes and social justice according to each historical and political reality. Moreover, each new government had to deal with situations of past dependencies, difficult to change without very strong popular support. For instance, the Correa government in Ecuador didn't manage so far to change its dollar currency. And Lula in Brazil, who was the president of our political party, the Workers' Party, PT, promised during his presidential electoral campaign in 2002 to respect economic commitments made by his predecessor to calm down the markets and the conservative forces. Something similar could be said regarding the Venezuelan government, where President Hugo Chavez managed to accumulate enormous political strength by holding the majority in parliament and getting the support of the army and the higher courts. However, neither him or his successor managed to reduce the dependence on oil revenues by creating alternative production means. In Brazil, there is no doubt that extraordinary results were achieved during almost 2 decades of progressive policies in the Americas, particularly in the field of poverty reduction and tackling social exclusion, as shown by the United Nations Economic Committee for Latin America and Caribbean data. Nevertheless, it's also true that many structural reforms, as of the political and electoral system, the judiciary power, the monopoly of the media, among others, were not carried out by the new government, particularly in Brazil. President Lula opted by articulating a coalition government with other progressive parties, but also with center and center-right parties, not too much committed to neoliberal policies to get the majority of the votes in the parliament. He also had the chance to appoint most of the members of the Supreme Court during his 2 mandates, and so he did. But almost all of them acted unilaterally against the government and the Workers' Party, the PT, in some sensitive situations, like the judgment and condemnation in 2005 of partisan leaders accused of having bribed parliamentarians of allied parties to vote in favor of the government, which was a ridiculous accusation because some of the supposed bribed parliamentarians were members of the Workers' Party that obviously would always vote with the government. More recently, the court accepted the impeachment process of President Dilma Rousseff, which made it accomplice to the parliamentarian state coup. So the issue here is a class issue. So even having the opportunity to appoint the majority of the judges of the High Court, they didn't belong to our party, to our class, and for them, obviously, to have a worker as the president of the country and also with power, some power over them, is something they don't accept. The economic policy adopted by Lula's government was classified by some as new developmentist, and is adopted successful initiatives through state interventions to encourage production and to reactivate the economy, like the policy of the state oil company, Petrobras, to lead its procurements to national production instead of abroad. This policy reactivated, for instance, the naval industry, generating 80,000 direct jobs. The minimum wage was valued in real terms by increasing it annually by an index composed by the inflation of the year before, plus the percentage of the GDP growth that happened 2 years before. This measure, negotiated with the national labor centers, impacted directly millions of families, as well as the Bolsa Família, the school grant, created some time before, that raised 36 million people out from extreme poverty. The collective bargaining by the unions between 2003 and 2014 achieved real increases in the wages for most of the organized branches. When the economic crisis hit the developed world in 2008, the Brazilian government adopted a Keynesian approach to face it by injecting public resources to encourage consumption and to protect employment. The result was positive, and the economy grew a little more than 7% in 2010 due to the stimulus of the domestic market. The raise of the income of those on the bottom of the society reduced the gap between the poor and the rich, though without reducing the wealth of the latter. On the social agenda, many other initiatives were adopted, mainly the access of poor people and Afro-descendants to universities, and this external policy was very well recognized at the international level. President Lula left the government with a popularity of 80% and elected his successor, Dilma Rousseff, a female president for the first time in Brazilian history. She gave continuation to Lula's policies, and in 2012 he was trying to get rid of the high interest rates inherited from the Washington Consensus as an instrument to face high inflation rates. It was successful at the beginning, but lacked sustainable results due to the tremendous power of the financial sector in Brazilian politics. In 2013, she also had to deal with a huge number of public demonstrations, mainly protesting bad public services. In 2014, the economic crisis finally arrived in Brazil, the international one, I mean, with the decline of commodity prices and of the imports of developed countries. Nevertheless, Dilma was re-elected at the second round of the electoral campaign, albeit by a tiny margin of 53% versus 47% to the right-wing candidates. However, despite her victory based on a progressive wave campaign, she inaugurated the second mandate with an austerity program led by a former IMF technician as economy minister. The right wing behaved as the electoral campaign had never finished, with the complicity of the media, and due to the turn of the economic policy, many social organizations also started criticizing the government. Thus, a methodic and intense media campaign from the right wing against the government started without many opposite voices. At the same time, an opposite parliamentarian, albeit member of the main party of the coalition, was elected, the Democratic Party, so-called, was elected as president of the Chamber of Deputies, who is the third in the succession line of the presidency. It's relevant to mention that despite the re-election of Dilma in 2014, and some good results for the government of important global states, the profile of the Chamber of Deputies and the Senate turned visibly more conservative than it already was, and at the end of the day, it got very difficult for the president to maintain the unity of the coalition, and that was the chance for the right wing to reconquer the power that they lost in 2002. It's also important to mention that since 2013, a juridical process was initiated to investigate situations of corruption and bribing involving former directors of Petrobras, entrepreneurs, money exchange brokers, and politicians, called car wash operation. This process is still going on, but has been directed basically towards the Workers' Party, putting several of its leaders in jail and drawing the good image of the party into the mud. Albeit the president of the Chamber of Deputies, mentioned before, also was recently arrested. However, before it happened, he managed to inaugurate the impeachment process against President Dilma under the nonsense prosecution of advancing payments of the budget without approval of the parliament. Only the PT, Workers' Party, and other left parties stood by her, and the impeachment was approved with more than 2/3 of the votes in both houses. In addition to this conjuncture, the Brazilian bourgeoisie formed a coalition never seen since the military coup of 1964, composed by the financial sector, industry, parliament, majority of the parliament, the juridical power, and the media. They even left the big entrepreneurs out of it, because they, beyond supporting the political party of the right, also supported the Workers' Party and its parliamentarians since Lula's first election. Many entrepreneurs are also still being investigated by this car wash operation. And the putschist government don't care, probably because it pretends to open the border for foreign construction companies. A true environment of hate was established in the country against PT, and the effect was felt in the recent municipal elections when the left forces lost important positions. The political agenda we face at the present is a new phase of neoliberalism, much harder than the policies of the 90s. It's driven by the financial sector and the multinational corporations. The putschist government just managed to approve the freezing of social expenditure for 20 years. And other measures are to follow immediately, like the reform of the pension system and of the labor legislation, as well as a radical privatization program. Certainly, the adherence to international agreements like the TPPA and the TISA are also among their intentions. The negotiations between the European Union and the Mercosur were reactivated last month, and for the first time, an issue like governmental procurement, considered a taboo during Lula's presidency, was included. The putschist external policy has been a disaster and is already creating political problems with neighbors like Uruguay and Venezuela, as well as becoming an important stimulus to the right-wing international led by figures like Aznar, Carreras, and Uribe. Uribe was a former president of Colombia. Carreras is an opposite politician in Venezuela. The first step of the coup was accomplished. Dilma is out. The second step, a new economic and political agenda, is on the way. The third step is to impeach Lula to become a presidential candidate in 2018 by prosecuting him of anything, even of having a partner that doesn't belong to him, is under investigation, and a lot of other topics. The putschists have the support of the juridical power, and obviously they did commit a state coup just to put that radio in the presidency. They put it, they issued this coup to change the political agenda, economic agenda of the country. The fourth step is to neutralize the Workers' Party, strangling it financially. So we are getting fines every day for different reasons. And the fifth step is to neutralize the social movement. The landless national school was invaded 2 weeks before, by the police, who are shooting and yelling, showing clearly the treatment they will deliver to us very soon. So to conclude, there are political moves to the right now in two important South American countries, Argentina and Brazil, although the first changed policies as a result of the last elections. But as they are trying to do with Lula in Brazil, the Argentine conservatives are also trying to bring Cristina Kirchner to a trial to impede her candidacy at the next elections. Venezuela is still governed by the PSUV, the Socialist Party. The right-wing forces are majority in the parliament, and the government has not been able to resolve the shortage, which lasts for many months, now generating a tremendous threat amid the population. President Kjeld Jakobsen from Chile is also facing low levels of popularity because the involvement of her son in the unregulated real estate business, and her difficulty to accomplish the promises of reforms proposed during the electoral campaign. President Correa in Ecuador is not running again for the next presidential election, but his present Vice President, Lenin Moreno, will do so, or is a ready man. Let's see how it goes. The good news are still the peace negotiations in Colombia, albeit the economic policy of its government, its government pursues is based on the OECD recommendations and the normalization of the relations between the USA and Cuba, that we expect to move so far ahead that Donald Trump will not be able to handle what has been achieved up to now. So we are facing hard moments of hate, of intolerance, but as some used to say, we will overcome, we will beat them.